we're gonna try this again. So, I don't know if this will make it any better, but this is now what? Stream number 4 for today. Just trying to get through this. I don't know what's going on. But it did break it up into 3 videos so far. This makes number 4. I'm going to see if we can finish this up or not. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll probably notice that I have stitched some stuff together. So, yeah, that's what's happening here. Having connection issues. So I don't know what the deal is, but we're going to try and finish this off. So let's get to it. Alright, so eyes. We're going to go and put on the eyes. If you've got both of your eyes. Oh, he looks so cute. I don't know. I keep saying it wrong. Okay. So you're going to position your eyeballs. Kind of like this. I'm a little off. There we go. So kind of like where the point of the eye comes, it's going to be on either end of that words. The snout, the muzzle, whatever that part is that sticks out, to make the kind of nose portion of it. Okay, so that's kind of where you're going to want those to be. If you want them a little further out, I mean, I guess you can, but it's going to look funny. But, so I've got probably 1, 2, 3, 4, so you'll see like 5 spaces from between point to point on mine. That's where I'm going to position mine. Your eyes will want to be flat, going across like that, okay? So yeah, so we're going to do that. You'll use both of your colors to sew it on. I'm going to do this one because it's all on the right side. Okay, I'm going to use both of the colors, your white and your blue, to sew it on, because then you don't have that weird overlapping happening. I'm going to start with the blue to get mine on. Get my white out of the way. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put mine into position here. Let my other one go and make sure I got it lined up right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Alright. So now we're just going to sew it in. And hopefully I'll get through this without any more bumps to the stream. I'm just gonna lay him flat. I don't know. I'm gonna call it a him, because that's what I want to do, and that's what so I'm just going to. It's a character. I don't think it really matters, does it? I feel like that's a no. Okay. Just gonna get that down into the corner. Don't cause me problems now, Mew. Come on. Work with me. There we go. Personally, I really like how my eyes turned out. I think they're my favorite so far. It could just be that I'm partial to the color. I made the accent that kind of mint green color that I love so much. Because I just love it. Alright, I'm just going to send this up through the center. Because then I gotta go back through and sew the white portion. I want this to come out in the same spot it started. All right, there's the blue part. And now I'm going to sew the white parts on there in the same fashion. Going down the rim of it, nothing fancy. There's no stuffing under it or anything. Strictly sewing it to the surface. And of course, as always, you'll want to do this to the other side as well. If you're using the felt eyes, obviously you will attach it either via hot glue or with a felting needle, whichever way that you're doing it. Your felt. I've of course got my yarn eyes because that's how I do. I like mine to be all yarn. And if you missed the tutorial on how to do his eyes in yarn, check out my part 5 video. See how to do that. Now I'm just going to send it back up through so I can tie it off in the same spot that I started it. Not with his arm wrapped in it though, preferably. Okay, I'm just going to tie these two together and then we'll cut off and stuff that little knot into his head. Boink. Alright, there go those. I'm just going to take the end of my thing here. Just shove those down in there. If they want to cooperate. But of course they don't, because where would be the fun in that? Alright, let's try something else. Let's try the end of the needle instead. Because instead of it pushing, it's just hooking. There we go. Get down in there. Alright, so there you go. There's Mew's eye put on there. So cute! So yeah, so we've got the whole, for me, it's the left, right. So the right side of the body is all done. Obviously I want to do the other side of the body. that you haven't done yet. And now for the fun bit, we're going to do the tail. So the tail is where you're going to need your wire that I mentioned to you before. Make sure you have that handy. Where's my wire end here? There it is. Okay. Now mine is not the recommended 18 gauge. It's okay, in my opinion, if it's not. I gotta find the end of my wire. Oh, blends in. There it goes. I have, you know, mine's like a little bit of a cheaper wire. But if you want to make it thicker without having to buy thicker, you can always just double it up. Which is probably what I'm going to do because mine is a little bit thinner than I would prefer, but it's what I had on hand. So you want to make sure it's the length of your tail with a little bit extra. So I'm going to double mine up real quick. So to do that, you just kind of twist it together. How long did I make this? There we go. I was like, where's the bottom? So you just twist your strands together. And then it'll be an even stronger strand if you have thin ones. And in all honesty, this will help out because you needed to double over on the end anyway. Just so it doesn't push itself through. There we go. Now it's a lot sturdier. See how that one bent like super easy? This one's, I mean, it's still easy, but it's not as easy. I'm just gonna snip that. I want mine twisted just a little bit more than it currently is. It's really well twisted at the top, not so much in the center. So I just gotta send it to the center. There we go. Much better. There we go. So now you should have your stuffing down here in this portion. It's like a little snake. I'm gonna put that off the side there. All right. So you should have that up there in the center. You're just gonna feed that looped end through your tail. And try and like really shove it into the center of your I can't even think what that's called anymore. Fiber fill. So trying to make sure it's in the center of your fiber fill. Once you're pretty comfortable with where it's at, twist my ends a little bit better together and bend that one over as well. Okay, you should have a tail that looks like that. See now, wah, you can move it. Fun times. All right, so now you're gonna just basically poke that into where you want it to be. If you want it right at the very bottom, since I recommend doing this after you've got all the other parts on, because then you can really tell where the middle is. Mine is not so much. It's a little bit harder to gauge. So I think it's gonna go about there. looks right. Okay, so you'll just kind of poke that into his backside, flop his tail out of your way, and then you're gonna sew that tail right around. Okay, so we're gonna just go into the first stitch. It shouldn't take too long because it's only a handful of stitches. I'm gonna do it nice and easy with one at a time though. One through the tail and then one through the body. We only got half of that stitch. Where's the rest of it? There it is. Make sure it's nice and tight on there. I'm going to send just a couple extra ones to secure. I love my secure stuff. And then fasten off. Hide your tail. Or this tail, not the one you're sewing on. And cut off. There we go, there's his tail. The only thing that I forgot in the mayhem is the foot pad, which I'm not going to sew that on. I mean, you can do that on your own, but that foot pad's just going to go, because obviously this isn't the right color. I never got to remake mine yet, but you're going to sew that on just to the very bottom of that foot. So leave just probably 2 or 3 rounds from the bottom up on there, and you'll just sew that foot pad right on there. But I don't have the right color foot pad. I haven't gotten my dark pink yarn out. So yeah. So then obviously, because like I said, my yarn was it wasn't quite as strong, so mine's not going to stay up, but if you had that 18 gauge, you're going to have yours. So yeah, so then you can move your tail around. I'm going to hook it over his ear. So there you go. So there's Mew all together. Well, half of him for me is all together. Tail is malleable. I may go back in and I like it curled like that. I may go back in once I can get a stronger wire and do that. And just my thoughts. So I think I will definitely be going back in because the tip on the bottom that goes in, I personally think I would want it to be longer. Yeah, to probably go through the width of his body and maybe angle it even up into it. This just seems to kind of let the metal fall a bit more, but it could just be because of the strength of my wire. So I guess I'll find out. I'll test it out and let you know. But I love that you can twist his tail around and make it fun. Make it do fun things like he really does. But that's Mew. Pokeball I'm sorry, Master Ball's there. We're going to pretend that he's done. See him from the side? He's all done, right? But I'd love to see yours. If you want to share it as a comment or something like that. Can you share pictures as comments? I feel like I've asked this question before. I'm not sure. If you're watching on YouTube and you can share a picture as a comment, please do so. I'd love to see what yours looks like. That's it for this. I am hoping to the nostalgia project. I'm hoping what's next is going to be Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbs. That's what I'm trying for. I found a pattern. I'm looking to see if it's something that I can share or not. So once I figure that out, hopefully that'll be our project starting next week. If that is the case, you will need black, you will need white, and you will need like a burnt orange kind of a color. Unless you want him super bright, but he's not classically super bright orange. Think Bengal Tiger. It's a little darker orange there. So that's what we're going for. I realize that my camera's still down a little bit, so there we go. So that's the hope for next time, guys. I'm going to take a break from making some Pokemon for a bit, and we're going to try something new. So, yeah, leave your comments, questions, concerns down below. Feedback, let me know what you thought of our Mew here. And yeah, that about covers it for me. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you not Friday, field trip, but next Monday. So I will be back on the 15th. So yeah, happy Mother's Day if you're a mom out there, or you have a mom, make sure you tell them. You have to have a mom. You may not know them, but there's a mom out there. Whoever is the mom in your life, tell them a happy Mother's Day and have a great week. See you next time. Bye.